Ever wake up dreading work and wonder, why haven't I retired yet? I'm John, and if you answer yes to these 6 questions, it's time to retire now. Let's dive in to see if you're ready to make the leap. Question 1. Are you putting your life on hold? First up, are you deferring your life, waiting for someday to live your dreams? My wife Sarah has a saying, there are 7 days in a week and someday isn't one of them. It's a bit blunt, but it hits home. For years I fell into the trap of binary thinking. Work hard now, enjoy life later. I tell myself, I'll travel to Italy when I retire, or I'll pick up guitar when I have time. But here's the harsh reality. None of us are guaranteed tomorrow. I remember a colleague, Mike, who planned to sail the Caribbean in retirement. He saved for years, but a heart attack at 58 stole that dream. It shook me. I started asking, what am I waiting for? Before I retired, I was so caught up in deadlines and meetings that I missed out on life's joys. Simple things like weekend hikes or dinners with friends. If you're nodding along, thinking of your own bucket list gathering dust, maybe a trip to Yellowstone, learning to paint, or just reading a novel without guilt, it's a sign. Retirement isn't about postponing joy, it's about claiming it now. If you're saying yes because you've been putting life on hold, let's move to the next question. Question 2. Is your health taking a hit? Is your job hurting your health? I used to shrug off the aches and pains of work as just part of the gig. I had this nagging knot under my right shoulder blade from decades of hunching over a computer, jokingly named it after my old boss, Dave. It wasn't debilitating, but it was a constant reminder of how my body was paying the price. Add to that the high blood pressure creeping up from late nights and endless stress, plus the occasional insomnia from worrying about quarterly targets. Sound familiar? Our modern work world isn't built for wellness. It pushes us to skip workouts, grab fast food, and stay inside, missing out on sunlight. Before I retired, my doctor warned me, John, your blood pressure's borderline. Keep this up and you're looking at medication, or worse. That was a wake-up call. Since retiring, my blood pressure's normalized, and that shoulder knot? It's fading. But it's not just physical health. The mental toll, stress, anxiety, feeling like you're always on, adds up. A friend of mine, Lisa, stayed in a high-pressure job too long and ended up with burnout so severe she needed therapy. If your health, physical or mental, is suffering because of work, it's time to prioritize yourself. If you're saying yes here, let's keep going. Question 3. Can you work less, or is it all or nothing? Next, is it impossible to work less at your current job? Some lucky folks have employers offering part-time roles, phased retirement, or flexible hours. But let's be real, those companies are rare. For most of us, it's full throttle or nothing. I looked into cutting back at my firm, maybe going to 3 days a week, but the response was, John, we need you all in or not at all. Sound familiar? There are options though. You could plan to work part-time elsewhere as a bridge to retirement. I know a guy, Tom, who left his corporate job and took a part-time consulting gig. No benefits, but it eased him into retirement without a cold turkey quit. Another approach is to stay in your job but dial back the hustle. I'm not saying slack off unethically, but if you're like me, you're probably going above and beyond, coming in early, staying late, chasing optics. I used to do that, thinking it proved my worth. But at some point I thought, who cares? I'm 55, not 25. I started leaving at 5 p.m. sharp, skipping the just one more email trap. It felt liberating, but my workplace didn't love it. If you can't make less work happen, whether by cutting hours or effort, it's a sign that retirement might be your only way to reclaim your time. If you're saying yes because work is an all-or-nothing deal, let's move on. Question 4. Do you crave more time with loved ones? Time is the one thing you can't get back, and work eats a big chunk of it. I used to think I was present for my family, but looking back, I missed so much. My daughter's school plays, my son's soccer games, even quiet evenings with Sarah. I was often stuck in meetings or glued to my laptop. I felt guilty, but I tell myself, I'll make it up in retirement. Then I met an old friend, Karen, at a reunion. She'd worked 60-hour weeks, missed her kids growing up, and now they're distant. She said, John, I'd give anything for one more day with them as kids. That hit me hard. None of us are promised another day, and relationships are what give life meaning. Since retiring, I've spent a week with my daughter in California, playing board games and cooking together. I organized a family reunion with my 80-year-old mom, something I never had time for before. I even visited my Aunt Ruth in Ohio before she passed, listening to her stories for 2 weeks. Those moments are priceless. If you're saying yes because you're longing for more time with the people who matter, you're getting closer to retirement. Question 5. Do you know what you'll do in retirement? This one's critical. When I was in college on the cycling team, we'd get chased by dogs while training. We always wondered, what would the dog do if it caught us? My buddy Mark found out. He was a strong rider, but this dog was fast. They both tumbled into the grass, and when Mark looked up, the dog was just as confused as he was, like, now what? Retirement can be like that. You chase the dream of freedom, but when you get there, you need a plan. I've seen retirees struggle with anxiety or depression because they didn't know how to fill their days. A friend, Paul, retired without a plan and ended up feeling lost, binge-watching TV, and missing the structure of work. Before I retired, I made a list. Learn guitar, join a hiking club, travel to Maine, write a memoir. I'm not perfect at it. My guitar skills are awful, but having a vision keeps me grounded. Some folks know exactly what they'll do: volunteer, garden, travel, or spend time with grandkids. If you've got a clear picture of your retirement days, say yes. And let's move to the final question. Question 6. Can you afford to retire? Have you run the numbers to know you can afford to retire? This is the make or break question. I spent years building my retirement plan, saving 20% of my income, investing in a diversified portfolio, and stress testing it with an advisor. But even I got nervous when it was time to leap. I remember sitting at my kitchen table, spreadsheets open, double-checking my expenses, investments, and Social Security projections. I factored in inflation, healthcare costs, and a buffer for emergencies like a $3,000 furnace repair we had last winter. If you haven't put pencil to paper, now's the time. You've got options. Hire a fee-only fiduciary financial planner to guide you. I'll link resources in the description. Or do it yourself with online tools and channels like this one. But don't quit without crunching the numbers. A colleague, Susan, retired too early without a solid plan and had to go back to work at 60, which was humbling. If you've done the math and know you're financially ready, say yes. So there you have it. 6 questions to know if you're ready to retire now. Are you putting life on hold? Is your health suffering? Can you work less? Do you want more time with loved ones? Do you know what you'll do? And can you afford it? If you answered yes to all 6, it's time to take the leap and start living the life you've earned. Retirement isn't perfect. It's been a wild ride for me, but it's a chance to prioritize you. Want more tips to plan a healthy, fulfilling retirement? Subscribe to Stories for Retired right now. Hit that subscribe button and the bell at Stories for Retired. What's holding you back from retiring, or which question hit home? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Like and share this video to help others decide if they're ready. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.